The way Jiu-Jitsu can improve somebody's life is real simple. See, I believe that once we open the door to our house, it's a fight. You're fighting. You're fighting for an opportunity at a better job. You're fighting an opportunity to grow within your company. You are constantly in a battle and your brain is just overloaded and sometimes it doesn't know how to deal with that situation. Here, in these mats, the same thing happens. But one of the main things that this art teaches you is how to accept where you currently are, how to breathe, how to stay calm, how to figure it out, how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And once you learn that in these mats, if you apply those same skills to the real world, possibilities are endless. There will be nothing that would be able to stop you. There would not be a situation that would be too stressful, too hard, that you will not be able to overcome. While I was in the military, we were first introduced to something called combatives that was very similar to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It was actually made for the military, but it wasn't until I became a federal agent with Homeland Security that I really heavily got involved into it, and it just intertwined, like it just went together. So when I met this gentleman that used to work with me and we used to train, when you're in the agency, there's physical training. And he said, Orlando, let's train together. Let's see who can tap somebody out. And I said, sure, let's go. At the time, I was 270 pounds. He was maybe 130 pounds soaking wet. And he said, all right, let's go. Let's make it a real life scenario. Somebody's got to go home. And he tapped me out the first time. And I said, maybe this is luck. I said, let's go again. Tapped me out even faster the second time. After the second time, I realized there was something going on. I asked him, what is it that he was doing? He said, it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And from that first day, I was hooked ever since. The reason I started coaching, I think, goes back before I even knew I wanted to coach. My dad was a martial artist. My dad did Taekwondo. And I saw how passionate he was when he was teaching us. And what's crazy about that is I was a kid. I never paid any mind to it. But then as I was starting my journey in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, my professors ended up giving me the responsibility to teach others, to teach the youth class, to teach a teenager class, to help a new person that came into the school how to do a move effectively. And you teach somebody how to do something, and then they do it effectively, knowing that that came because of you. There's no greater feeling than that. And from that day, it's when I believe I had my calling. And I just started to share the art, because at the end of the day, this art doesn't mean anything if I'm the only one that knows how to do it. So I believe my priority as a professor or as a coach is to make sure that my students have the skills that if they're confronted in a situation, not only do they get to go home, but that they cause no harm to themselves and isolate whatever situation that they're in. For example, have kids that come here that might get bullied one day. And with what we teach here is what's gonna help them defend themselves when they're out in the street. When I have law enforcement come in here, law enforcement, literally, they're trusting me with their life, that the moves and the techniques that we use here can be applied in the street and they can go home. So it's not about coming in here and, oh, I get to train, or I'm rolling, or I learned how to do this cool move. There's some people that come in here just to be able to go home at the end of the day. So my top priority as a coach and as a professor is not only to build confidence to the youth, to learn how to defend yourself, but that God forbid something ever happens and you're in a situation, to know that what you get here can help you go home one day. Maybe because I've seen some things within my career, I know that things happen and they're not planned. So why should I believe everybody should train? For the what if. It's better to be prepared than to be unprepared when the situation comes to hand. Hopefully you never have to use any of this. But what if that date comes, that you have to get your hands dirty, that you can control the situation without lashing out, violently attacking somebody, just literally control the situation, which is what this art offers. You know, it's not about beating somebody up. It's about assessing and controlling the situation and getting away, going home. That's why everybody should, in my opinion, should consider the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Hibiscus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is literally for everybody. We don't specifically target anybody. We target everybody from all walks of life. See, here it's an atmosphere where if you're looking to get into the sport and competing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we offer that. If you want to learn how to lose weight, we offer that. If you want discipline for your children and how to learn how to defend themselves from, bullies or anything like that, we offer that as well. See, the art is the art. And this is what we like to offer here. Concrete, traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that can be for everybody.